Number one, put God first. Put God first in everything you do. Everything that you think you see in me, everything that I've accomplished, everything that you think I have, and I have a few things, everything that I have is by the grace of God. Understand that. It's a gift.
Denzel Washington's speech at Dillard University in New Orleans is a great example of how to inspire people, be real, and share lasting advice. Washington held the attention of his audience with a mix of humor, humility, and personal stories. He delivered a message that went beyond the typical graduation speech. Instead of only talking about his accomplishments and goals for the future, he focused on his own growth, his religion, and how important it is to live a life based on thanks and service. His words spoke to everyone and inspired graduates to think big while staying grounded in hard work, discipline, and a desire to help others. Here are 8 timeless lessons from the speech by Denzel Washington. Lesson number 1, put God first. Put God First by Denzel Washington is a powerful reminder of how important faith is as the foundation of a happy life. He says that everything he has done is because of God's kindness, stressing that success is not just your own hard work, but also a gift from God. Faith gives us direction, humility, and strength, especially when we don't know what to do or have failed. Washington's life shows this. He believed God even when he was having trouble in school and wasn't sure about his future job. Being in tune with a higher power kept him strong and grounded. Putting God first helps us understand our purpose and make sure our actions are in line with ideals that go beyond material things. When we have faith, we can see losses as divine redirections instead of failures. Washington also says that even though he sometimes turned away from God, God never turned away from him. This shows that God's love and direction are always there for us. Putting God first in real life means trying to connect with Him every day through prayer, meditation, or reading the Bible. It means making sure that your actions are in line with faith-based values like honesty, kindness, and care. For the most part, Washington's lesson tells us to build our lives on faith, believing that success will come when we keep our minds rooted in God. Lesson number 2, fail big. Fail big, as Washington said, is a call to accept failure as a necessary part of success. People often don't follow their dreams or take chances because they're afraid of failing. Washington changes this way of thinking by telling us to see failure not as a loss, but as proof of brave efforts. He thinks that playing it safe is the same as settling for average, while being brave enough to fail is the key to amazing things. Failure can teach you things that success can't. It shows you where you can improve, makes you stronger, and makes you more resilient. Washington tells us to follow our dreams with unwavering determination, even if we don't know what will happen. When we think and act outside the box, we not only get more creative, but we also feel more comfortable going into unknown territory. In real life, going big means setting big goals, taking measured risks, and being ready for failures as part of the process. It's about seeing every mistake as a chance to learn and grow. Washington shows that loss is only brief, but the lessons it teaches last a lifetime. It is clear what the lesson is. Think big, act bravely, and see loss as a way to get better. Lesson number 3, goals are needed for dreams. Denzel Washington says that dreams that don't have goals are just wishes. Though ideas can inspire you, they can only come true if you take action and are disciplined. Washington says that everyone needs both short-term and long-term goals. These goals are like small steps on the way to achieving your vision. Setting goals gives you direction, focus, and responsibility, which keeps your dreams from becoming merely hopes. As an example, Washington talks about how he sets daily goals, even if they are as easy as being happy or helping someone who needs it. Small actions done over and over again build energy and encourage focus, which are two important things for success. Even the biggest dreams can turn into failure if they don't have clear goals. The lesson applies to all parts of life. It's important to set clear, measured, and time-bound goals for your job, your relationships, and your own growth. Washington also talks about continuity, which reminds us that real change takes long-term work. Every morning brings a fresh chance to get one step closer to our goals. We can turn our dreams into reality by taking focused action and setting clear goals. This will make the trip as rewarding as the destination. Lesson number 4. It's not progress to move. Don't mix movement with growth, Denzel Washington said, and his words are especially true in today's fast-paced world. A lot of people think that being busy means they are getting things done, but action without direction can make you stalemate instead of making progress. Washington uses a symbol to show this point. Running in place might make you move, but it doesn't move you forward. To make real success, you need to plan ahead and act with purpose. It's about focusing on important goals instead of doing a lot of things just to look busy. Washington's words make us think about how we spend our time and energy and make sure that what we do fits with our bigger goals. This idea applies to both work and home life. For instance, answering emails for hours might make you feel like you're getting things done, but it might not help you reach your long-term goals. Instead, focusing on jobs that will actually make a difference will make sure that every effort brings us closer to success. Washington's lesson is that you should work smarter, not just harder. It asks us to think about how we define success and to put purpose ahead of mere effort. We can make real progress and avoid the trap of pointless action if we do less and focus on what really counts. Lesson number 5. You can't take it with you. You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse, Washington said in a moving speech. This tells us that material things are temporary. Money and success can make you feel good and boost your status, but they don't have any real value if they aren't used to help other people. The way we treat those around us is the real test of a life well lived. Washington makes the funny point of saying that even the Egyptians who tried to take wealth to the future were taken. This shows how pointless it is to keep material wealth to yourself. We should instead use our time, skill, and money for the greater good, he says. It makes our lives better and makes the lives of others better too when we help them. This lesson is especially important in a world where getting more things is often seen as a sign of success. Washington wants us to rethink what it means to be successful in terms of kindness and care. Giving leaves a memory that goes beyond financial things, whether it's through mentoring, philanthropy, or small acts of kindness. In the end, Washington's advice is clear. Don't worry so much about what you can get, but rather what you can give. In this way, you give your life meaning and leave a legacy of love, kindness, and change. Lesson number 6. Making gratitude a daily habit. One theme that keeps coming up in Washington's speech is gratitude. For example, he said that putting shoes under the bed would force you to kneel and say thank you every morning. This action is a strong metaphor for how to start each day with gratitude and humility for all the good things in life. Being grateful changes our view, letting us see what we have instead of what we don't have. Saying thank you for the things we have, like health, family, and chances, makes us happier and brings us more good things. Washington's life shows this principle. He credits God and the help of others for his success, knowing that no one can reach greatness on their own. Being grateful also makes you stronger. We can create an attitude that sees chances in problems by valuing small wins and lessons learned from problems. Moreover, being thankful makes relationships better because it makes us see and respect what others do for us. Practicing thanks every day is easy and can change your life. Every morning, say a prayer or think about what you're grateful for. Spread this habit to other people by thanking them for their hard work. Washington's message tells us that being thankful isn't just a way to celebrate success. It's a way of life that makes everything better. Lesson number 7, want is proof from God. Washington's statement that real desire in the heart is God's proof to you is a strong statement of purpose. He says that the strong desire to reach a goal is not a coincidence, but a sign from God that the goal can be reached. From this point of view, desire goes from being just a goal to a holy calling. The idea tells us to believe in our gut feelings and our interests. If we feel a pull toward a dream, whether it's in business, art, or service, it means we are supposed to go after it. Washington tells us to be sure of our wants and needs because they are part of a bigger plan. However, wanting something is not enough on its own. Washington follows up this idea with a challenge. Work hard to make your dreams come true. To do this, you need to set goals, learn new skills, and keep your faith, even when things get hard. This idea gives us the strength to see our goals as part of our own unique journey. Instead of questioning our worth or ability, we can trust that our wants are spiritual signs of what we can do. Not only do we fulfill our dreams, but we also meet our better calling when we act on them with purpose and persistence. Lesson number 8. Want to make a difference. Don't just aim to make a living, aspire to make a difference, Washington says at the end of his speech. This sentence says everything you need to know about living a purpose-driven life. Making a living is important, but the real joy comes from making a good difference in other people's lives. Recognizing the special skills and tools we have is the first step to making a change. Washington talks a lot about how rewarding it is to help other people, whether it's through mentoring, giving money, or doing community work. He says that the lives we touch are a better measure of success than money or awards. To reach this goal, you need to change the way you think. We shouldn't only think about what's best for ourselves. Instead, we should look for ways to help others. Kind actions, no matter how small, have effects that reach far beyond the person we are helping. We should leave the world better than we found it, as Washington said. We leave a valuable memory and find more joy in our journey when we strive to make a difference. His lesson reminds us that real greatness is service, and that the best way to measure our long-term success is by how much good we do for other people.